will outweigh him by say 40 pounds, I guess.
Cotton laying that jab in there. The nose of Jose Torres is bleeding and has been for the last 4 or 5 rounds. Eddie Cotton keeps laying that jab in there. That's not about to make it any better.
7-7-7, Joe.
Penetrating the peekaboo defense of Jose Torres. And Torres is thought to have had almost an impregnable defense. But Cotton's experience has found them the secret of getting through.
I'm always against this type of defense, the peekaboo style.
That right landed by Torres. Good combination by Torres. Scoring well on the challenger. And again, another low blow. And Eddie Cotton is warned again. Torres wants to take a little rest. 1 minute remaining in round 10. Torres looking to take advantage of the low blow. Wants to rest a little bit. Oh, a solid left by the champion Torres. Follows up with a right and staggers Eddie Cotton. That nose is bleeding profusely now. How much bother is that, Carlos?
I think the nose is one of one part that gives you the most trouble once you start bleeding, you know, because then
your breathing?
Yes, it does very much. Then you have to breathe with your mouth open. And that's a very dangerous thing.
That's how you lose your mouthpiece, and then how you get a broken jaw.
That's right. And broken teeth, too.
Yeah. So those left jabs of Eddie Cotton now beginning to take their toll and playing a very important part in the tide of this championship bout, which has 10 seconds to go in round 10. We hope you're enjoying the Sports Network action from Las Vegas. Well, it is a surprisingly good fight because the atmosphere here in Las Vegas ranged from outright scorn that Cotton didn't have a chance to some members of the local press picking that Cotton would defeat Torres. So there was a wide range of opinion. Jose, when you arrived in Las Vegas, Carlos, when you arrived in Las Vegas, did you think Torres had an easy touch?
Well, this is what I thought. I thought that on account of Cotton being 40 years old and not having too many fights this year, that Jose, and being that Jose is only 29, 30 years old, and he will have a soft touch on account of the age. But as it seems now, Jose is having a very rough time, and he's in danger of losing his title right now if he doesn't come out and fight more. As I say, he's getting very careless in there, and Cotton's using his experience.
Well, of course, we're in round 11. Just about 7 years ago, Archie Moore successfully defended his title against Yvonne Durrell, knocking him out in the 3rd round. So age doesn't mean everything.
This is one man that you have to you can't talk about, because this is a magnificent
a solid
man.
right by Torres that time, and Cotton came right back with 2 good left and staggered Torres. Torres immediately went into the crouch and the peekaboo.
Good counter punching by Cotton.
Now Cotton again is warned for a low blow. Now that's a fight to get a hold of referee Nate Morgan to see if he has taken any points or any rounds away from Cotton.
He hasn't.
He hasn't indicated it. Torres now pressing the attack, getting a bit more vigorous and a bit more aggressive. He has let Cotton dictate the pace and style of the fight, and Cotton has been jabbing and peppering away, making that nose bleed and making the breathing difficult for the champion Torres. Cotton, who a few rounds back was ahead in the opinion of Joe Louis and our guest here at ringside, lightweight champion Carlos Ortiz. Boy, it's been a good fight. Hope you're enjoying it at home.
You sure have.
There have been more title fights in this ring in Las Vegas in the last 6 years. This is the 12th title fight, Carlos, more than any other place in the world.
That's right. I think Las Vegas has that touch for title fights.
They have been averaging 2 a year, which is really remarkable.
Right. And it's a wonderful place to come and defend your title. Especially if you have trouble making weight because it's so hot here.
That's right. Just take a walk in the desert. Since I've been here, it's been averaging around 114 degrees outside. So you stay in pretty much. Torres has been unable to press that body attack that he said he would in the 2nd round. That one scored. 1 minute to go in round 11. of a fight that we said before was 8-5, not to go the limit. But
Tommy, I spend all my time in the swimming pool.
That's a place to be. Eddie Cotton looking fresh and moving well, scoring with the jabs right now. Torres punching harder of the two, but not landing as frequently.
I tell you, Cotton is doing terrifically. I think Cotton's going to win this fight if he keeps this up. If Torres doesn't come out and starts punching.
Well, we have thousands upon thousands, maybe millions upon millions of viewers at home scoring the fight. But it all depends on what three men think. The two judges and the referee.
You know, Tommy, it's not the same watching it over television as it is watching it in person, you know.
10 seconds to go in round 11. Well, English-born Ruby Bob Fitzsimmons, the third light heavyweight champ in history, was 41 years old when he won the crown. And later, Philadelphia Jack O'Brien stopped Fitz in 13 rounds to become the first American to hold the title. Philadelphia Jack reminds us that Philadelphia was the birthplace of three light heavyweight champions, battling Levinsky, Tommy Loughran, who worked the fight with me out in Pittsburgh with you and Johnny Bizarro, Carlos.
Right.
And, of course, Harold Johnson, who doesn't like Las Vegas because he lost his title here to Willie Pastrano. You know, they tell me that Pastrano had written up a little retirement speech before that fight with Harold Johnson. That's how little chance he thought. And he just caught Harold stale and won the title. We are in round 12 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Tommy Roberts here, Eddie Cotton in white, and Jose Torres, the champion, in black. John Henry Lewis was the only West Coast fighter to win the light heavyweight crown. He beat Bob Olin in December of 1935. And Carlos Ortiz, do you think Eddie Cotton stands a good chance at this point of becoming the second?
Well, I have Cotton ahead at this point. I tell you, he's doing terrific, especially with that jab and that sneaky 1-2 combination that he has. Like I keep saying, he has a terribly lack of experience, and Torres is just being careless in there. I guess he didn't take this fight he took it lightly, let's say.
Well, that is entirely possible, but Eddie Cotton looks very good physically and rather fresh. Maybe his excellent physical shape is accounted for by the fact that he never smokes or drinks.
That's right, Tommy. That has a lot to do with it, too. Especially for an old fellow like Cotton, that if he takes care of himself, it doesn't dissipate too much. He could go on as long as Archie Moore, old Archie.
All right, we are here in round 12 of a scheduled 15-rounder. Torres scoring inside there with good short, shocking jolts to the head. And as Carlos Ortiz has pointed out, they hurt. He's wild with that right. That overhead right, though, has been most effective punch for Torres, in case you've joined us late. Now the blood is flowing freely again. A cut in the right eye of Torres, plus his nose. And Cotton is scoring well inside. 3 hard punches by Torres, all landed. Good right by Cotton, comes right back into the midsection of the champion. And Torres once again goes into the peekaboo as Cotton is scoring well with sharp jolts. And Torres is looking at the referee, asking him to watch the low blows. Referee Nate Morgan, working his very first championship fight, has been doing a good job. He has not broken the fighters too many times. He's been letting them fight. Cotton standing off the champion with those sharp left jabs. Eddie Cotton trying to jab his way to the title right now, scoring with those right hands, and the crowd roars every time he throws that right uppercut. A good sharp right by the champion that time. Another sharp right by Torres, and Cotton weathers the blow. Looks at his corner for instructions. Torres really getting aggressive now, wading in with lefts and rights. Eddie Cotton takes a deep breath. There are 10 seconds remaining in round 12 as the champion bounces on his toes and comes back to the attack. Well, it is on everyone's mind right now how the scoring is going right now. Referee Nate Morgan is marking his card in the ring. The two judges are marking theirs. There have been no knockdowns. Both boys were shaken up by some good punches earlier in the fight, back around rounds 6 and 7. We are now waiting for the bell for round 13. Eddie Cotton at 40, the oldest active fighter in the ring today, the oldest active rated fighter, and the champion at 30, the oldest champion.